This video was created and brought to you by ManageMax. We manage condominiums, HOAs, manufactured housing and apartment communities throughout Southeast Michigan. We're a growing company, and maybe we'll get to your area soon if we're not there yet. We create these videos to share industry insights with current and prospective clients. There will be an opportunity to connect with us at the end, so stick around to the end of the video. Now let's dive in. You're part of a condominium association or an HOA, and a homeowner in your community plants a tree. Another owner then claims it blocks their lake view. They're threatening to sue the association. Do you know which side wins? And more importantly, do you know why your answer is probably wrong? Today I want to talk about something that catches board members off guard constantly: deed restriction disputes involving views. Here's what most boards don't realize. When your governing documents say something can't obstruct an owner's view, you probably assume that means anything that partially blocks the view violates the restriction. That seems logical, right? Wrong. Courts don't interpret deed restrictions the way reasonable people read them at the kitchen table. They apply specific legal definitions and established case law. A single word like obstruct can completely change your liability exposure based on how judges have historically interpreted that term. And here's the trap. By the time you learn what that word actually means legally, you've already made a decision that either exposed your association to a lawsuit or created a precedent that will haunt you for years. Every time your board allows something or doesn't enforce something, you may be creating what's called acquiescence. And acquiescence can permanently waive your ability to enforce that restriction later. But here's where it gets complicated. Acquiescence doesn't always apply. There are specific conditions, exceptions, and thresholds that determine whether your past inaction actually limits your future options. The problem: most boards have no documentation of what was allowed, when, why. So when a dispute arises, you're arguing in the dark against an owner who may have done their homework. Here's something that surprises almost every board member we work with. Deed restrictions protecting views often don't protect individual views at all. Many of these restrictions are interpreted to protect the collective general view enjoyed by all owners, not the specific view from any particular home. That distinction sounds minor until you're in mediation explaining to an angry owner why the restriction doesn't actually help them. And it works both ways. Sometimes boards think they're safe making changes to common areas only to discover the restrictions are far more protective than they assumed. Here's the reality. Deed restriction disputes rarely hinge on common sense. They hinge on precise language, historical precedent, and documented association actions going back years or even decades. The boards that navigate these situations successfully aren't the ones who read the documents more carefully. They're the ones who have professional guidance before the complaint arrives, not after. If your community has deed restrictions involving views, architectural standards, or common area usage, there are questions you should be asking right now. Questions about your specific language, your specific history, and your specific exposure. That's a conversation worth having before it becomes a courtroom conversation. If you found this perspective valuable, we invite you to connect with us. Facebook viewers, like our page and follow us for regular updates. Feel free to message us directly with your questions or community challenges. Instagram viewers, hit follow and feel free to DM us with your questions or community challenges. YouTube viewers, subscribe to our channel and check out the video description for helpful links. Visit our website to discover our thought leadership content, books, and resources that can transform your community management approach. Whether you're dealing with the challenges we discussed today or other community issues, we're here to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.